Hello everyone, I am Bazo, and this is Space Quest 1. Space Quest is probably my second favorite Sierra, or rather my second favorite Sierra series. And one of the things I really like about Space Quest is that the death messages are actually funny. Unlike, say, King's Quest, where you die and they're just like, oh, thanks for playing, you're dead now. In Space Quest, when you die, they're all like, ha ha ha, you're dead, here's a funny message. Light years from Earth's solar system, the people of the galaxy Ernon have been struggling to maintain the precious balance of life. The sun of Ernon is slowly dying. The planets grow cold, food is no longer plentiful, life will soon become impossible to sustain. The scientific community of Xenon devised a plan to convert one of Ernon's lifeless planets into a new sun. The effort was centered around the development of a device called the Star Generator. The Star Generator would be capable of igniting an otherwise useless planet into a raging ball of flame. An expedition set out aboard the starship Arcada to successfully complete development and testing of the Star Generator. The Arcada is now returning triumphantly to Xenon with a fully operational Star Generator. You serve as a member of the crew of the Arcada as a janitor. That's right, a janitor. And not a very good one. You would probably have been sacked and replaced were the Arcada not millions of kilometers from Xenon. As we join our story, you have just completed one of your famous on-shift naps in one of the janitorial storage closets. You aren't canonically Roger Wilco, and you can actually put in your own name. But if you just hit enter, you'll be Roger Wilco. You are startled by the sound of an alarm. It is followed by an urgent voice which warns that the Arcada has been boarded by unknown intruder. It ends abruptly. This is the Arcada's data archive. Many volumes of information are stored on data cartridges. There is a computer console here. You search the body of your crewmate and find a keycard. You take the keycard. There we go, first point. As a kid, I would sneak down to the computer room in the middle of the night to play, actually not really this one, but the second Space Quest. It's how I learned to type, really, since there are sequences where you have to get things written in quickly, and so I gotta learn to type fast. The door opens and a man you recognize as one of the lab scientists enters. He appears to be injured. After only a few steps, he slumps to the floor. In his current condition, the man is not much of a conversationalist. A large laser hole has been burned in his uniform through what you can see previously unexposed tissue. Struggling painfully, he rises up on one elbow. He tells you that the Arcada is under attack and that the Star Generator is in danger. You had better leave if you value your life. He looks over towards the shelves full of cartridges and utters the words, "Astral Body." He then settles to the floor, lifeless. The console consists of a screen, keyboard, and cartridge slot. Atop it rests a Model DX cartridge retrieval unit. Welcome to the Arcada Data Archive, Model DX Storage and Retrieval System. To select a cartridge, enter the title below. Searching, title found, retrieving. Now it's important to make sure to get that cartridge. Actually, it's better if we leave on this side. This game is one of the things that I credit my absolute love of sci-fi too. Well, this and Star Wars. This is the Star Generator Development Laboratory. Due to your incredibly low security clearance, you have never been allowed access to this room. Warning, self-destruct mechanism has been armed. Evacuate ship immediately. This is not a test. And you see that timer counting down? If you spend too much time, well... Gosh, Roger Wilco, it would appear you've met an untimely demise. With the explosive deconstruction of the Arcada, you've become part of a fresh collection of space debris. Thank you for playing Space Quest. Too bad you failed miserably and doomed all of your people to a horrible death at the hands of the Saurians. If you continue playing as skillfully as this, we'll never have a chance for a sequel. Better luck next time. Every time you see that about hearing footsteps, you have to make sure to stay out of sight, or one of these Saurians is going to come around and, well... The alien observes his handiwork briefly, then leaves. As you lie on the floor in a smoldering carbogelatinousness. As you lie on the floor in a smoldering carbogelatinous heap, you can't help but wonder why you bothered getting up this morning. You're in the central control area of the Arcada. The reactor domes pulsate irregularly, as if they've been tampered with. This does not look good. Through the window just above the control console, you can see down into the vehicle bay below. On the console by the window are two buttons marked Open Bay Door and Close Bay Door. Slide the keycard into its slot. Hear an audible click. You take the keycard back. Now, as you can see, there's a warning up there about the bay door speed. The console is adorned with many status indicators. One button on the right is marked Airlock. Oops, forgot my suit. That concludes your experiment involving the effects of total vacuum on the human body, Roger Wilco. It looks like an electrical gadget of some sort. And now if we look at it, written on the electronic gadget are the words Dialect Translator. On one end is a dial and a light, currently dim. Well, Roger Wilco, that was a smooth half gainer into the elevator shaft. Did you decide that you would think more clearly with your brains reorganized? This is the cavernous vehicle bay. Looking at the console, you see a button marked Platform. There are also some gauges, which don't interest you. There is now an escape pod here. This is one of the Arcada's escape pods. You vaguely remember receiving some orientation on these when you joined the crew. Congratulations, Roger Wilco. You have found your way off the Arcata and escaped obvious danger. Unfortunately, you will never be seen or heard from again as you float gracefully through the heavens for eternity. You are sitting in the pilot's seat of the escape pod facing toward the window. There's a dark console before you and seatbelt straps at your side. Confused as to what you should do, you wish you would have paid more attention during crew orientation. The console consists of a screen, pod status indicators, a throttle, and some buttons. The buttons are marked Auto Nav, Power, and Don't Touch. Escape pod systems activated. Ready for instructions. Emergency program initiated. Full throttle to execute launch sequence. Okay, seems simple enough. Escape pod moves slowly out of the vehicle bay and into space. Congratulations. You have nearly escaped an explosive death. Don't start patting yourself on the back just yet, though. You are now traveling aimlessly through the cosmos. It said don't touch. I warned you. Ken, did you hear something? It was probably just the skaters entertaining another Space Quest play. Go back to sleep, Berta. Through a strange quirk of fate, or was it? You have stumbled into a place beyond time, space, and dimension. You have entered the Daventry Zone. That's right, the land of King's Quest. This will not help you now since you are playing Space Quest. The monitor flashes. You study it to see what new information is being displayed. And we're off to the planet Corona. The autonav system is locked onto the small planet of Corona, and the pod has begun its approach. Nothing to do now, but hang on. After a skull-jarring landing, you peer through the shattered viewing port out onto the desert landscape. A feeling of utter desolation settles in. You're in for a fine mess now, Roger Wilco. You're inside the escape pod. It appears that the more fragile devices were damaged severely by the impact of landing. A survival kit has broken loose from somewhere. The pod seems to be semi-destroyed. It's quite sandy down there. You see that a piece of highly reflective glass has broken out of the pod window. You're at the southwest edge of a mesa. It is very desolate here. Whatever is in that hole just enjoyed lunch. On you. This should teach you to be cautious when encountering alien holes. And that seems like a good note to leave the episode on. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time.